Welcome to another episode of Daily Gym. When I first started making these videos and started working for myself, I got a lot of positive feedback about sharing this kind of information in a more efficient manner than most people were used to. But at the same time, I also got warnings from people telling me not to put too much out there and not sharing too much information freely and openly. Because from their side, the fear was that if I share this openly, other people would be able to take it, run with it, and create something better, faster, or more efficient than I'm able to, meaning that I lose the opportunity of extracting some kind of monetary value. It made a lot of sense to me in the beginning because ultimately I was creating something from scratch, which is almost like trying to raise a baby or a child, which means you have to protect it until it's strong enough so that it can withstand a few punches here and there. But the more I started thinking about it, the less sense it started making to me, because why I'm doing all this is not so much for myself. Sure enough, if I'm able to do these things, I become satisfied, I get happy, I become fulfilled, and also I have a sense of developing and progressing myself. But ultimately, I'm trying to create a value that's either not there in society yet, or a value that's already there, push it to greater heights, so that we as a society or as a community all around the world are able to do better, bigger, and greater things. When I look at it through that lens or from that perspective, I don't really understand why we are so focused on competition and protecting ourselves or protecting certain pieces of information rather than sharing it openly with other people. Why do I say that? From a young age, we're all taught about competing. We're constantly competing for the best grades in class, competing for positions at prestigious universities, competing for the best jobs that everybody's trying to go for. And even once we enter the workforce, the notion of competition is still being reinforced. We're competing with another company for market share. We're competing within the same company for a finite number of spots that are up for promotion. But the more I think about it, the less sense it really makes to me, because all that does is trying to get a bigger piece of the pie rather than thinking about how to make the pie itself bigger. And we all know that resources are abundant. Sure enough, you might say certain natural resources are not infinite, they're finite, and they're dwindling because we're trying to extract more and more from Mother Earth. But there are also resources that are infinite. And slowly but surely, we're trying to transition from certain finite resources to infinite resources. And that's all because we're able to collaborate with each other. And one person does something that nobody else has done. And all of a sudden, somebody else at the other side of the world is building upon that foundation laid by the first person. That's why I believe a lot more in transparency, openness, and collaboration. Even as a business, when you're first starting out, sure enough, you might want to protect, you might even want to copyright, trademark, or put a patent on whatever knowledge or process or product you're trying to build. But is that really the best thing to do? Because if you're able to open up a little bit and you're able to extract the value in a different way, so that for both sides in the agreement it makes sense, you're able to extract a certain value at a later point in time. But all of us are always thinking that every relationship is transactional and that whatever we're trying to do with somebody else, whether it's inside the company or outside the company, there needs to be some kind of benefit. But too often we're thinking that that benefit has to be it has to be in the form of monetary value, which doesn't really make sense when you think about it. When you're starting out, whether it's as an individual or whether it's as a company or even a product, you're trying to grow as quickly as possible because you want to know, because you believe it's something valuable for others, and you want to know if other people verify that and also think the same way. And if it does, and it hits off with other companies or other people, then that raises the bar, builds a new foundation from where other people can build upon it. So to summarize it, the whole thing I'm trying to say in this video is, rather than thinking about getting a bigger piece of the pie, think about how to make the pie bigger. Don't really think about win-win situation, but think about what kind of value can both sides get right now, whether that's in terms of money, branding, opportunities, relationships, collaborations with others, or pieces of knowledge that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. And from there, think about how you can get other types of benefits down the road. That's all I have to say for today's video. I'll be back with another video tomorrow, and have a nice day, everybody.